and gentlemen, I am back yet again for the final matchup, the number 4 seeded SMYTDs going up against the number 2 seeded Brewski Bombers. What's going to happen this week? Obviously, they already started off quick. Matt Ryan went hot and threw all over Jacksonville on Thursday night. He went for 26 points. 26 points. And then obviously Maurice Jones-Drew on the opposite side for the Brewski Bombers went for 11 points. He rushed for 112 yards, but obviously he couldn't find the end zone. So it started off hot. It's 26-11 right now. So what about the rest of the week? What about the rest of the players? Drew Brees on the one side. Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham. They're a tandem to be reckoned with. I don't know how else to put it. Right now they're predicted to combine for 42. When it comes to them, I like giving them a base of at least 40 points. They're on the road, though. I know it's Minnesota. I know people think, oh, it's Minnesota, it's still a dome. Minnesota's no good. The secondary's garbage. That's all true, but we also saw this team, the Saints team on the road against the Rams, lay an egg. Will they lay an egg this week? I don't know, but I'm just a little worried, when it comes to them on the road. If this was a home game, this is a slam dunk blowout. But because it's on the road, you question it a little. I still think they're going to do a great job, though. I think they're going to combine for at least 40 points. I mean, it's a safe base for me to say with, so I'm going to stick with that. But on the opposite side, we're going in that same game. Adrian Peterson all day is back. He's projected for 16 points. He's ready to run. I think he's going to be good to go. He has no soreness, in the ankle. He's listed as probable. So I think he's going to be toting the rock. He's going to be getting a lot of touches. He's predicted for 16, like I said. I like him this week. I don't like that Saints defense against a very good running back in AP. I think, he's going to go for at least 2 touchdowns this week. He's going to come back with a vengeance and help, fantasy owners of him all over the world are going to love what they get from AP this week. I'm high on AP this week. I like him. I think he's going to go he's going over 16 points. That's how much I'm buying into him this week. So, obviously, AP all day. Loving what he's bringing to the table against the Saints. Another 2 running backs, we have Reggie Bush and Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews against Baltimore, he's predicted for 9. I don't like running backs against Baltimore. I'm not feeling Ryan Matthews this week. It's a tough matchup. You wonder what he's going to really give you. I think Philip Rivers is better off trying to air it out, but obviously he's been playing better recently. Ryan Matthews needs 57 yards to reach 1,000 for the season, so obviously he's done pretty well. But also he's going for his 4th straight game with over 100 yards. He went for 137, 112, 114. I think he's going to fall short this week. I don't think he's getting 100. So I like the 9-point prediction because I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's getting 100 yards. I don't think he's going to reach that 10-point plateau. As for Reggie Bush, he's predicted for 12. He's been hot. I like what he's been doing recently, but I wonder what he's going to do with J.P. Lossman at quarterback with Matt Moore out. I know Buffalo's bad against the run, so I still think Reggie Bush is going to get his work in. 12 points, I'm thinking more along the lines of that 9-point range as well for Bush. But he could prove me wrong. He could very much prove me wrong. I think, but 9 to 12 is a solid area to think that he's going to fall into. Now we come to wide receivers: Marcus Colston and Pierre Garçon against Brandon Marshall and Santonio Holmes. Marcus Colston against Minnesota. Again, this bites into Drew Brees a little. He had a very strong game last week. And that beeping is really bothering me, but I'm going to try to ignore it. He's predicted for 10 this week, which, is appropriate because he went for 22 last week. So Minnesota is not good obviously against the pass, and Drew Brees is going to be throwing a lot. So I think 10 points is a solid base with the opportunity to go for at least 15. I know 15 is a little high, but, that 10 to 15-point range for Colston is very doable. As for Pierre Garçon, up against Tennessee, someone's got to catch the ball in Indy, right? He's predicted for 7. He'll be probably going up against that punk Cortland Finnegan, who I can't stand, but 7 points. I think that's a solid guess, based on that Colt offense. You really don't know what you're going to get from week to week basis. I think 7 points is a solid, safe bet for Garçon this week. Brandon Marshall's predicted for 9 against Buffalo on the Brewski Bomber side. Again, J.P. Lossman's throwing. I'm not sure what to expect, so 9's a safe call. If you went for lower, it wouldn't shock me, but I think 9's okay there for Marshall. Santonio Holmes against Philadelphia. What's going to happen? What team's going to show up? What's going to go on in Philly? He's going up against. He'll see his array of corners, whether it be Namdi, whether it be Cromartie, whether it be Asante. He's going to see a lot of different looks probably. I think I think this is really going to be a more ground and pound game. They know that they can't stop the run very well, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Sean Green, some LT sprinkled in there as well. But Santonio Holmes hasn't been that great this year. He's predicted for 7 again. Safe bet call if he had maybe a couple big plays here and there. But obviously he does have potential to find the end zone. He always does in big games. This is a must-win for the Jets. So if he went over 7, it wouldn't shock me. But also if he went under 7, it wouldn't shock me. That's the kind of season it's been. So that 7 to 9 point range also in this situation is the area I'm leaning towards. I already spoke about Jimmy Graham. Kellen Winslow against Dallas. Obviously he's playing right now. And to give you a live look in, he has no targets and no catches yet. So, you wonder what's he going to do the rest of this game. He's been coming on late in games, so obviously the potential's there still to get the 6 points, but at this rate, you're not really sure. But I'll say 6 points is wait, let's see. Nope, nothing, not Winslow, but he's going to fall into that 3 to 6 point range, I believe, this week at this rate. Now we're coming to the flex position. We have Darren Sproles against Minnie and Ahmad Bradshaw against Washington. I like Darren Sproles in this game. I do. If there's something that the Saints offense has, it's home run, home run threat. A lot of highlight makers, and Darren Sproles is a home run hitter, and he's predicted for 10. He's been having a great season. Great addition to that offense for Drew Brees and company. Minnesota, I think he's a type of back that can give them problems in that defense. He's predicted for 10. He's the type of player that can go off and win for 22, but then fall back down to earth with 8. So 10 points. I think he's going to be in that 10 to 12 point range this week. Getting carries out of the backfield. Also, being a threat on third down as well. Ahmad Bradshaw, he returned to practice on Friday. He sat out Wednesday and Thursday. So I still think Brandon Jacobs is going to be getting a lot of carries against Washington. But Bradshaw is another guy who you give him a short dump off pass and he can take it to the house. Injury or not, he's a tough guy. He's listed as probable. He's predicted for 8. I think it's a safe call. I'm not really sure what to expect from him because I do expect Jacobs, with the way he's been running, to continue this. This strong play, especially against Washington's defense. So 8 points, I think that's being safe, but I like that call because I'm not sure, how much it's going to be taken away due to Brandon Jacobs. Special teams, we've got Gostkowski and the Ravens against Baronis and the Niners. Gostkowski against Denver. With Tebow, there's always field goal kicking. There's always field goals. I think Gostkowski's going to be kicking a lot of extra points in this game, to be honest, if I'm being, how I think the game's going to go. But he's going to probably have a field goal in there or two sprinkled in. So 9 points. I think he's going to go for double digits. I like 10 points at least in this game from Gostkowski. As for the Ravens defense, they're predicted for 13. Chargers are, at times they could be a high-powered offense, but you never know what's going to happen, especially the way they've been playing this year. They've been playing better recently. Rivers has looked better. Gates has looked better. Matthews has been playing good, but then again, this is the Ravens. They're getting Ray Lewis back. T-Sizzle's the man. Haloti Nada, the whole crew. I like them this week for double digits. 13 points is a good call. I like 13 to 16 points this week from the Ravens. And then Rob Baronis against Indy. Again, in that game, a lot of extra points, I believe. So 8 points. He's the same thing as Gostkowski. A couple field goals sprinkled in as well. 8 points, good bet. If you went a little over, it wouldn't shock me. But if he went below 8 points, that would shock me. I think he's going to be getting his work in this week. And then finally, the Niners defense against Pitt. You wonder what's going to happen with. You wonder what's going to happen with Big Ben. Is he playing or not? Either way, I think they're shutting the run game down. The pass is going to be their problem. They're predicted for 11. They've been a great defense all year. I think they're a double digit, so 10 points at least from this squad. And of course, they're the safer bet than the Jets this week because they're taking on Philly in Philly. So you always wonder, what's Mike Vick going to do? So benching the Jets, I think is the right call this week. So I like the Niners for at least 10 points in this one. I have to pick a winner. Right now, the Bombers are favored by 9. I think in the end, especially based on what Ryan did already, this makes it really a toss-up game. Who's going to win? Is Breeze and Co. going to do it? I'm telling you, I'm picking the upset. As much as I know Petch is the favorite, but I'm feeling upset. I'm going with the gut on this one. No disrespect to the Bombers. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling AP. Tacking on, to what Matty Ice already did. Darren Sproles as well. I think they're going to pull out the upset. that's all I can do. I think Breeze and Graham are going to do well, but I think Ryan and the rest are going to take care of them.